The 1-3-5-2 formation has been used by some of the world's leading coaches. Pep Guardiola has occasionally deployed it during his time at Manchester City, including during the treble-winning campaign. In that season, City found it tough to overcome Simone Inzaghi's Inter in the Champions League final, where the Italian side lined up in a 3-5-2. Jose Mourinho's Roma reached the Europa League final in the same year with a 3-5-2 formation. They had previously knocked out Xabi Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen, who have also used the system regularly. Even Diego Simeone has switched from his classic 4-4-2 at Atletico Madrid in recent seasons, in favor of a 3-5-2. But it was Antonio Conte who brought the 3-5-2 back into vogue during his successful time at Juventus. He then deployed the formation during spells at Inter, Chelsea and Tottenham. It is a system that has broken with its old defensive stereotype, morphing into more of an attacking setup. In a 3-5-2 formation, the back three are generally three traditional center-backs. This backline is key to the in-possession and out-of-possession advantages that a 3-5-2 offers. In possession, the back three usually provides an overload in the build-up, because it is difficult for the opposition to commit three players to press the first line. If this happens, the goalkeeper can make it a 4v3. Out of possession, the three central defenders give protection centrally and against direct play. These defenders should shuffle across to help cover the flanks when necessary. The movement of one center-back to cover a wing-back is accompanied by movement across to cover from the other two center-backs. This cover gives the defensive line confidence to make aggressive defensive moves, knowing they have protection behind them. The presence of wing-backs also gives the 3-5-2 something of a defensive character. The wing-backs can drop to help cover center-backs, as well as reduce space for the opposition to exploit around the back line. The formation can become a pressing 4-4-2 block, protecting against possible counterattacks from the opposition. This is achieved by filling space in the most direct route to the goal, as well as having a defensive overload. The role of the wing-backs in a 3-5-2 is important and is very much determined by how far forward they are positioned. Higher wing-backs can become almost like wingers, giving the 3-5-2 a more attacking character. This can cause the opposition to drop deep, creating space on the sides of the opposing midfielders. If the wing-backs stay deep, creating a line of 5 with the center-backs, it can give the opposition space to play in front. There is a difference between an attacking 3-5-2, where the wing-backs play high, and a defensive 3-5-2 where the wing-backs sit deeper without taking the initiative. In the modern game, coaches using a 3-5-2 tend to do so with attacking, proactive wing-backs. This applies not only in possession but also when defending, where the wing-backs must be first to press if the opposition builds on the outside. A wing-back must also be active in regaining their position when the ball is on the opposite side. The 3-5-2 places high demands on the wing-backs, who tend to cover the longest average distance per game. They must be fast, with the ability to progress down the line and put in crosses. They also require good 1v1 defensive skills and the ability to defend their own area. Players these specific characteristics are needed to occupy the entire flank effectively. The use of three central midfielders, along with wing-backs and two strikers, can provide numbers between the lines. This creates plenty of passing options in a 3-5-2. If these inside players provide movement, opposing defenders must decide whether to track or stay in their zone. Any doubts can leave players free, or create spaces that can be exploited when attacking. In the 3-5-2 formation, players must take up positions that attract markers away from the ball carrier. In turn, this should create time and space for the ball receiver. Out of possession, having numbers on the inside allows midfielders and defenders to defend the key central areas, without having to cover too much ground. When the ball is played wide, that is a trigger for inside players to support and cover the pressing wing-back. One of the main benefits of the 3-5-2 formation is its attacking versatility and opportunities to develop link-up play. This is done typically via overloads in the first third, and support in the midfield and attacking lines. Teams can also move the ball quickly to the flanks with higher wing-backs. There is also the possibility of more direct play, With two strikers ready to contest the ball or attack spaces, the strikers should be supported by the wing-backs and midfielders, who can receive layoffs or contest second-phase balls. The 3-5-2 offers defensive solidity if several requirements are met, while three center-backs can protect against counterattacks. The positioning of one or two midfielders can boost this protection further. Having two lines centrally positioned, ready for defensive transitions, minimizes vulnerability to counterattacks. The involvement of the wing-backs in defensive transitions is also crucial. They must quickly change the mentality, with the wing-back closest to the ball prepared to press or cover. The other wing-back must drop back also. Directing the press towards the flanks where possible is important, capitalizing on the opposition having little space inside. With two strikers and three midfielders, a funnel can be created that aims to force the opposition outside.